Hello, hello. It's Kim Crollo. Shut the front door too. We are a wreath door hanger, vintage gift store, and today we have a vintage haul for you. And let me just tell you, we have some good things. We're going to get right into it because I'm going to be doing some photography work for the Etsy store. It is up and going, and other than just one thing that I have in this haul is going to go over there. But if you see something that you would like to have, just reach out. I know it's an extra step, but if it's available and shippable, I will tell you this. Had someone reach out via comments here, and everything that she was interested in had already been claimed. Things sometimes go fast. I mean, once they go to the booth, you know, they get more eyes on them, but if you see something that you like and it's available, I can't promise it will still be there. I can't even promise that it'll still be on Etsy, but I try my best. So let's just get started. Let's get started with something that I'm probably not going to leave them behind very often. This is a crystal ashtray. They're great for so many things. Of course, if you're a smoker, yeah, they're great for the intended purpose. But most of what I'm seeing are people using these more as the trinket dishes, and they're the perfect size for that. The perfect size to catch your jewelry on a bedside table. And that one is really, really good. Okay, I have a set of 4, not perfect condition. And what I mean by that is they could be shined up. I'm not a big fan of shiny new copper. I like it with patina, so I'm not going to do anything to these. I have a set of 4. They're all very, very similar. The thing that I like most about these is the handle. The handle is also copper. And so these are all going to be going into the booth space. However, they're very shippable if you like the natural patina too, and you would like to have, you know, a set of 4 of these. I am going to sell them as a set of 4, although I think these would be really great to use as vessels for like flowers. I can see, like, you know, 1 or 2 big hydrangea. Just, I know it seems like overkill, but I think that would look really stunning. And so there's the copper, one of the copper pieces. I found 3. And the other 2 are these copper molds. Again, I won't shine them up. They will go in just like this. These types of things do extremely well in my booth setting, but again, they are also very shippable. This is the thing I'm most excited about. I found 8 of these. They're made in Portugal, and they're artichoke plates. These are just really cool. I love the detail on them. I did over on Instagram and Facebook, I did a little side table display using one of these on an easel, and I really just liked the detail. Even though it's all white, there's a lot going on there to make it appealing and really, really pretty. I found this. It is Emerson Creek Pottery from out of Virginia, and it's obviously a pitcher. You could use it as a pitcher. I had to check to see if it would be, and I didn't check if it was watertight, but it feels like it's glazed on the inside. It's heavy, you guys. So again, I think I had a picture last week. It got claimed right away, and I told you it was heavy. So if you use it for the intended purpose, it's really gonna, you know, have some weight to it. But the style, the colorway on this piece, I thought was absolutely gorgeous. And with it being blue, I really think that you could use this in a lot of ways, but I'm thinking that it would look really nice mixed in with like blue and white dishes. If that's your style, I think that would look good. I also think, you know, I've got some faux pink tulips here. I also think, like, for the spring, like pink or yellow tulips. I also think, well, honestly, I love flowers. So in the summer, I can see, you know, red Gerber daisies. You know, the possibilities are endless. This is my probably my favorite piece of all the things. It is a Florentine tray, and it's sort of a bowl kind of a tray. I love it. I really, really love it. I love the detail. It is in pretty good shape, meaning, you know, it doesn't have like, I haven't really cleaned that up. It looks like someone, you know, had something setting on it. That doesn't bother me. These old world pieces have such charm and character anyway, and because of their age, they usually have some wear, and sometimes pretty extensive wear, and those pieces are actually my very favorite. Super cute hand painted, I love hand blown glass rose bowl. Honestly, I think this is just really, really fun on its own, but I really liked that bottom detail there. I thought that was cool. Let me show you this piece because it's on the floor and I can put it right back down to the floor. I don't think it's super old, but I do think it's super cool, and it has that tapestry deer, and it's mostly greens. I like it a lot. On the side, it has sort of a tack type of a detail, and it is a stool. I don't think I showed you the bottom of it, and I don't think that I got that out in the first go around. Shippable, yes, but very heavy and a lot bigger than some of the other stools that I typically will ship. Blue and white with the reticulated edge, ruffled edge. It's a plate, little plate with a you know, lip on it, but I think it's the perfect size, and with all the texture going on with the reticulated edge, I think it would be great for a gallery wall. Oh, this is also one of my favorite things. It is the most yummy. Can you just see the detail in this hand-turned wood? They call these weed pots, and I learned that term from a different YouTube seller. I can't think. My Flipping Van Life. And if I have her name wrong, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure that's what her channel is. And she's just full of knowledge. She just has such good ideas, such good taste. But that is how I learned that that's what these are called. They're basically, there's basically just enough room for like one stem, one feather. I'm going to show you with a feather. I would need to probably cut this down if I was really going to use it for that, but I use these feathers for my own display, and a peacock feather would look good, but they're basically vases that are not watertight. You can't really use them for water, and you shouldn't probably, I was going to say wash them with water. I don't know why I was even going to tell you that, but I mean, I guess it's something that you should know, right? But anyway, I love them, and they're just, I think wood, you know, when I love something and I'm sort of passionate about it, I want everyone else to love it too. And these types of things don't stay around long. So I think you all do, but wood can just add the most warmth, beautiful warmth and texture. And I was just looking at this piece here, and with this grain, I mean, mixed with a copper piece, not necessarily the mugs, the copper mugs, but you know, maybe a little copper jug of some kind. I just think it would be really charming. Gosh, and then I was looking at the little reticulated plate, and I think that looks great. So many possibilities for such a good piece. This was also a part of this Asian vase and the real life tulips. This was also a part of my side table display that I showed. You know, you just can't go wrong with an Asian style vase. And this one I thought was really good. The colorway on it, I liked the pink and the orange. And then the real life tulips, they're fun. They really are. I did thrift these, but they really do feel real and they have such a realistic look. So if I can find things like that, a lot of the faux flowers, I pass them up. You know, I told you all that if you've watched more than one video, we are also a handmade business and we do wreaths and door hangers. So we have access to a lot of floral material, and those real touch tulips are some of the best that I've ever seen. A little, another ashtray. I don't always pick up every single ashtray that I see, but because there's so many other purposes for them, and I liked the colorway on this, I thought that it was just such a pretty color of red, and I think red glass, they usually call that ruby glass. And then, of course, too, you know, we're getting ready to celebrate the United States, or a pretty big birthday. So, you know, mix some red, white, and blue if you're having a party, or, you know, 4th of July party, or, you know, just because you like it. You know, some people really like that Americana look. So I said that my favorite piece was, I have several, and I think I said that my favorite piece was the Florentine tray. I'm just so drawn to any Italian art. But I also really love this. This is a shard box. It's a smaller size. And I know that this is either silver plate and or sterling. Unfortunately, I don't know that it is sterling. It is definitely, so I'm calling it silver plate, but it does have the look of sterling. And I've had these before and I've said the same thing. This one is just beautiful. I loved the colorway on it. I loved it with all those soft colors. Really nice. Oh, let's just show you this basket. It's a trash liner probably, but it's in pristine condition, probably late 70s, mid to late 70s. But I really liked the color. I thought that the color would be fun, like in a little girl's room, but also like a powder room. I thought that it would be a really fun little pop of color. Okay, so these trays that I'm getting ready to show you, these three that I'm getting ready to show you, I have had these probably at least a couple of weeks, but I don't think I've shown them on video yet because I was going to clean them up, and I still think I'm going to clean them up, but I'm going to go ahead and show them. And then if they don't go straight into the booth space, then I'll get back and show you what they looked like cleaned up as well. This one is my favorite. And it has the most wonderful detail, and it is the perfect size. Actually, all of these are perfect. They're good for that little side table to catch your jewelry, your change. You know, you can check your catch your keys on your entryway table. This one has a monogram, and monograms don't typically scare me off. But this one is a J. It's a really popular monogram. So I kind of know the most popular monograms because of doing the door hangers. And we used to do the monogram door hangers. J is a very popular monogram. So because it was just the J, I thought that, you know, no way am I going to leave that behind, because this size is also perfect to catch like your remotes on your table. And this one is the most tarnished, and you all know me. If I was going to put this more into like that dark academian kind of a look, you know, I think it'd be really good on an easel, like as a backdrop in an office or a study. And I like the patina, even this darker patina on this particular piece, but I am going to shine it up. I think, you know, I haven't yet, and I think it's because I'm still sort of on the fence of which way I like it better. I like this piece all the way, just like this. This one is a little dark for me, probably. But then this one is also good. So I don't know. I'll let you know if I shine them up. Oh, that was kind of a long-winded. I've stacked them all up on top of the Italian tray and the little blue and white reticulated plate. This is another silver piece. It's silver plate as well. This one also, it didn't have a monogram, but it had a 40th anniversary with the date of April 16th, 1943. And the reason why I picked it up is that is so faint, you can hardly see it. And this is a smaller size, and you don't see the smaller sizes that often, especially with the lip and the reticulated sides. This is perfect for your makeup brushes and your makeup and your perfume bottle. And you know, once you get your stuff on there, you're never gonna see that. You know, so that's the reason why I thought I'm going to go ahead and give that a whirl and see if other people out there kind of agree with me. Probably another favorite find. I mean, how many favorite finds can I have? Can I just say, I think I've already told you all in other videos, I just don't pick up stuff I don't like. I'm not saying I'm going to keep it all or that I'll even want to keep it all, but I like everything I pick up. So I guess I can say everything's a favorite find. This is a small box that is leather wrapped. The detail on it is just good. Everything about it is just good. It's a really good size for a stack of books. It would also be a really good size, you know, on a small tray, and then maybe you could have like a weed pot type of vase, and you know, maybe even one more figure or something there. I like to try, you know, when I'm showing you things, to also try to give you ways to use things, like, you know, think outside the box. And a lot of times, you know, I'm saying, you know, just use the item for its intended purpose. But also there's a lot of things out there that, you know, you may have a cute little box, and it may not be a leather box, and it might be a little bit bigger, but maybe you've never thought about putting it with, you know, like a wood vase, or putting it on a tray, or putting it on a stack of books. So not just because I have the items that, you know, I'm going to pass along to someone. You may just have these items. You can take these nuggets for the items that you already have in your own home. Hardly ever find these anymore. I used to find them pretty often. They're brass. You can find them in pewter or brass or even silver plate sometimes. Brass encased or cased, or however you say that, bowl. And I really like them. They're probably one of my favorite things that I consistently used to find them pretty often, but then I'm sort of drawn to no matter when I find them. This one has sort of that orange detail in there, and but it could mix well with, I covered up my little blue and white piece, but it would mix well with blue and white and other Asian design types of things. I don't pass, this is a smaller brass crucifix. I don't pass them up when I find them, because they are desirable. People do like them, and I like them too. Now this one, it didn't have a way to hang it unless you did something in between the two places where the arms of Jesus are, and possibly that could be it. But you could also lay it flat on a desk, and I think that would look really good too. Or I just laid it on my coffee table, and I have a book there with a magnifying glass as display, and I thought, oh, that could look good like on a coffee table on a book. I think that would look really nice. A little heart blue and white dish. Valentine's Day is literally just around the corner, kind of late, even for the booth to, you know, for Valentine's Day. But I don't know. I think a lot of people still shop last minute. But if you're giving some jewelry, it'd be really nice to have that jewelry gifted in a little blue and white heart box. This is something else that I like. I have had these in white, I've had these in cream, I've had these in hunter green, and maybe even sort of a burgundy color. I don't think I've ever had the blue, but I've picked them up quite a few times because they're really, really nice just on their own. I think they have a good look. I think they, you know, they don't need anything else. But these are actually bread bowls. So I think the idea is that you warm this up, and because it's clay, don't hold me to it. You might have to Google a little bit, but I think that's how you use these. And then you put your bread in there and it keeps it warm. Honestly, I've never used one for the intended purpose, but this, I just thought the colorway on this, the color itself was just really charming. And then the design, the way they make that basket weave, I think is also really good. Oh, another really good piece. A glass ice bucket, probably. It's on the small size. Of course, you know what I'm gonna say, fill it up with flowers, or you could just leave this on a bar cart on its own. I think the pattern of the glass is really nice. The handle is just a metal handle, but it has a lion motif, and I think it's really, really stunning. I think that that would look really good on styled up on a bar cart. Oh, only found a single. And you guys, if you've watched before, you know, I think my brain works faster than my mouth, and then I get all stumbly. I love a hand-painted piece. I just love art of any kind. And whoever painted this did just an amazing job. But the colors are also super great. But the gold is still all intact, and oftentimes the handles, when you have gold on a handle, it's very worn. And so I thought this was just a real keeper. Even though it's just a single, I think you could use this in many, many ways. And honestly, you don't even have to put a candle in it. The beauty of it just stands on its own, I think. A blue and white Delft bud vase that is really, really pretty. Don't tend to pass up blue and white vases or blue and white plates, blue and white bowls, things that can be used as decorative pieces because they're real desirable and people really like them. Another thing I don't hardly ever pass up is handmade pottery. This is signed. It does, I couldn't read the signature. It has really fun, like, detail on the outside. It is glazed on the inside, which means it would be watertight if you wanted to use it as a vase. And then I liked the way they folded the lip over with the matte texture and then the shiny texture. I wouldn't use it probably as a vase. I would probably use it. I think it just, the beauty of it to me kind of just stands on its own. And I think I would just use this on a riser or a stack of books. And I think I only have one more piece to show you, and I do. This one has a hanger on the back. I'm liking it a lot because I think that because it has a hanger on the back, it would be really good in a gallery wall. It would be really good on a plate wall. It would be really good just on its own if you have a small space. It's also a good size for an easel for a side table, and that is something that I'm always drawn to. Guys, that's it. That's all we have for you today. We hope that you have the very best day, and we'll talk to you really soon.